So we are each doing an independent video of our why we're hiking the PCT. And I'll take this moment to do my whys. First and foremost, she asked me to. This isn't necessarily top on my bucket list, but you know, when your daughter asks you to go hike, you say, okay, because I've always wanted to do this too, but I didn't necessarily want to do the PCT, but I did want to go on a multi-day hike. When I was in high school, I have 5 brothers, and they all went on hikes and went on 50-miler type things with the Boy Scouts and whatnot. And I was like, oh, man, how come I can't do it? And I went to something called Girls Camp. And so the 6th year for certification was to go on a hike. And I asked my mom, why can't we do that? And she goes, oh, because nobody's ever done it before. Do you want to do it? Put it together and do it. So my girlfriends and I, we did. We went on a rather multi-day hike. I don't know if we did 50 miles. I don't even know where we went in the state of Washington, but we did a hike and I really liked it. We used our brother's equipment, so nothing really fancy. Man, in the last 40 years, the hiking equipment has just really improved. So anyway, I've always wanted to do a multi-day hike. Granted, I could do like we're going to do before we even go out there, and I've done already a couple multi-day hikes, but this one's a grand one. It's a little longer than a multi-day, it's multi-month, but that's okay. But I've always wanted to do something like that. And the timing is right for my health and my age. I'm not too old. Are you ever too old to do something like this? But health-wise, I'm in pretty good health. I do have a couple of things that I need to worry about, and those will be discussed in another video. But right now, the timing is perfect for my health and my age. And right now, I can afford to do this hike, and I can afford to put my business on hold. I'm a personal trainer. I'm sitting in my gym right now doing this video. And right now, the timing is right for me to basically fold my business for 6 months and go on it. I will properly prepare my clients and also for the dance team that I coach. This is our off season, or the time I'm hiking. Literally, I will be hopefully going on the trail as soon as our last competition is over. And I will get back in time just before football. Now, granted, I do have to say this, that my biggest part of the season is during the summer. I am the strength and conditioning coach, and that's when I get them in great shape. But I think I have taught them well enough that they can do the 3 or 4 months without me, that I will be gone. We usually go late May, early June to, again, April the next time. So I'm just going to be missing June, July, August, and part of September. Is what my thinking is. So anyways, I can do that because I can afford to put my business on hold so I can go. So why not? And my life calendar is in a good position right now. At this time, there are no grandbabies coming. There's no graduations coming. Well, let's put it this way. The graduations are in times that I can either be off trail or just before I get on trail, or just after I get off trail. So I think that's good. And also, Jessica and I both have made the stipulation that if something would arise in the family that needs our attention, that there's no question that we leave the trail. There's a few things that are more important than the trail, and family events, whether they be funerals, weddings, babies' births, graduations, or things like that, are more important, and we'll just jump off trail for whatever the amount of time that needs to be. And I'll talk about my health journey in another video, but you know what? Dang it. Another one is I want to take the challenge on, and I want to do something that I've learned in the last about 11, 12 years, and that is to be brave. There's a couple fears that I have that this will help me conquer. So that's my why.
This is my reason why video for doing the Pacific Crest Trail in 2022. TP and I have decided to record these separately and show them together at a later date so that our reason why does not impact the other's reason why. We are a mom and daughter duo, and that's kind of one of the main reasons I want to go on this trip is because I get to spend a lot of time with my mom. But one of the biggest reasons why is I want to reflect on myself. I've been in college since I was 16 and graduated early at the age of 20. And I've never really had a chance to look back and grow and see who I am as an adult. I know who I was as a teenager, and I had a lot of growing up young, and I want to really solidify who I want to be going forward and have that time to think for myself. And I know I can get that on the Pacific Crest Trail. And I want to plan my future. So since I graduated at 20, I really want to spend the next like 5 years, the years that most people my age would be at college, to explore the world and explore who I am and travel and draw inspiration for my art. And what better way to do that than to spend 5 months in the outdoors with only your thoughts to accompany you. I'll have my mom, of course, but that's a bit different. So why hiking? Well, I grew up the youngest of 6. I have 5 older brothers, and all of them are Eagle Scouts, and they all did scouting, and I remember being so jealous of them every time they got to go on the 50 milers or the kayaking trips or just camping in general. I love camping, grew up camping, and of course grew up with the forest as my backyard, and I thought it was the best time ever to go out and just be in nature. It's always kind of been my safe haven. Whenever it's been too much in the house, I always went out for a walk, or I'd venture into the forest and kind of disappear. My first backpacking trip was when I was probably 14, 15, around that age. And it wasn't even a backpacking trip. It was 1 mile of walking with an actual backpack on a dirt road, and then we got to a camp and we set up camp, and then we would day hike the next day up this mountain to a glacier and back down. Actually did it twice. The first time I didn't make it all the way to the top of the glacier, but the second time I did. And I remember that feeling of euphoria and accomplishment when I reached the top, and I've always wanted to chase that euphoria again. I just never really had time due to college and dancing. This past year during COVID in 2020, I remember talking to my oldest brother about how much I wanted to explore the world and to backpack. And we were on a family staycation, and we went to the Mount Rainier National Park, and we were hiking around. Couldn't even tell you what hike we were on. And I remember turning to him and saying, I could do this all day, every day, for forever, and I would be so in love with this. He just turned to me and was like, well, why not? You can spend every day out here in the forest. You can walk every day and camp every night, and that can be your life. And the rest is history. I've been dreaming of backpacking since, and then I started looking into long distance hikes, and then I looked at the Appalachian Trail. I think that's kind of the main beginner one. And then I was like, but I want to be closer to home. So what better thing than the Pacific Crest Trail, which basically runs right through my home. It goes through my home state. And last year we got the opportunity to do almost a 50 miler on the PCT. We did the Chinook to White Pass, and we did a little alternate route on some of it to go to a lake. And I remember that was just a wonderful time. Originally it was just gonna be me, and then I thought, oh, what if I can drag my brother Cray into it? And that didn't work. He has a 4-year-old and a wife, and it just, career-wise, it didn't make sense right now for him. He will be doing sections with us, hopefully, but will not be able to do the full thing. And then I didn't want to do this one by myself, and so my mom, I've known, has always wanted to do this since she was 12, so I kind of roped her into it, saying what better time than the present. And we're doing it. We're gonna try. I don't know if we make it all the way. Something someone once said was, don't call it the PCT trip or something like that. They said call it the journey of the PCT, because whether or not you finish it, your journey has started when you thought of it, and your journey will end when you have stopped thinking of it. So when does the journey end? Maybe it never does. Thank you for watching these videos and coming along on my mom and I's journey of the PCT. And like always, we'll see you on the trails.